Cub Scouts and families. Welcome to our fifth virtual pack meeting. I can't believe how much fun we've had doing these, and thank you so much for watching and participating and doing the activities. The theme of today's pack meeting is Cub Scout Investigators. But before we get into that, here's our opening flag ceremony.
Please rise. Remove all non-religious headgear. Scout salute those not in uniform. Please place your hand over your heart. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Scout sign. Please join me in the Scout oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty, to govern my country, and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout law. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2.
Hey Dad, I'm just so hungry and I'm really like some donuts.
You want a donut? I do too. Normally I eat those in the morning, but this afternoon I'll make an exception. We got some for Grace's birthday. Let's go have one of those.
Kid!
All right, let's go. All right, they're right here. Look at this. These look delicious.
They're all
gone. What happened? Did you eat them?
No!
I didn't either.
Whoa!
What's this mess? Well, it looks like our perpetrator left some clues behind. Yeah. They must be covered in chocolate and have chocolatey fingerprints. We're going to have to investigate this.
Oh, yes, I really need those donuts back. I don't think I can get them back.
Well, we will find them.
Okay.
Welcome back to Advancement Corner. This is part of the pack meeting where we recognize those scouts who have finished off some rank advancement and other super special work. So first of all, one of our scouts has earned their Tiger Award. Alright, so congratulations to Austin on completing his Tiger Award. Way to go. Next, we have a scout who's completed their Wolf Award. So, congratulations to Cameron on finishing up that Wolf Award. Way to go, good job. And finally, we have a scout who has completed their Bear rank. There we go. It's nice and warm. So congratulations to Armani. Way to go on finishing up that Bear rank. Good job. Just a reminder, if you've not finished up your rank for the year, you still have time to do it, but go out into Scout Book and keep working at it. You can work on these things at home with your family. If the requirement says do it with your den, do it with your family. They're your den right now. All right? So make sure you keep working on those, finish those up. In Scout Book, you will notice on June 1st, we're going to be crossing everybody over to their new rank. So if you are a current Wolf, for example, you'll be crossed over to the Bear rank in Scout Book, so you can start your next rank on June 1st. And that's all I've got for Advancement Corner. Congratulations and way to go to all those hardworking scouts.
What do you call an alligator detective?
I don't know.
An investigator.
Finally found some more chocolate. So I guess they've been eating it on a plate.
Like every meeting, I've got a couple short announcements for you today. The first one is that our crossover ceremony that we had originally planned to have at family camp has been delayed. For our new families, this is a bit like graduation, where our scouts are able to kind of level up to next rank. So if they're a wolf, for example, move on to the bear den, get their new bear neckerchief, and just kind of graduate to that next level. We have postponed that to August because we canceled the spring pack family camp. We are still trying to figure it out. If we're allowed to, we might do it as a large group. We might do it by den. We might do it virtually. We'll figure it out, but more details to come is the important thing to know. June 1st is right around the corner, and that's when we can welcome in any new Lion Scouts. So, if you have a sibling or a friend who's going to be in kindergarten next fall, they can join as a Lion as of June 1st. So just email those into the pack email, and we will definitely get them signed up and in on all the fun. Over the summer, we still plan to have several activities planned for you guys to keep scouting. But more details are to come because we need to know what the situation is going to be like, what council allows us to do, and what the state says we can do. So more details to come on that. Those will be coming out in June. But the important thing to know is that we, as a pack, always try to do the pack Outdoor Summertime Award. And to earn that award, your scout needs to be at 3 separate activities, or 1 per month. So 1 activity in June, 1 in July, and 1 in August. So we'll make sure we have plenty of activities for the scouts to do, and we'll find a way to make sure that they have the opportunity to earn the Summertime Award. And then finally, we do have several volunteer opportunities that are out there. We need a new wreath chair, for example, for the fall, or we can't sell Christmas wreaths. But we're always looking for people who can just chip in a little bit of their talent and their time to help this pack run and be awesome. So if you have any extra time that you'd be willing to help us out with, or any specific job you want to help us out with, please just email into that pack email address. And that's it for announcements for today. Hey Grace, what did the detectives say about the mystery of the bottomless pit?
What?
I'll get to the bottom of it.
Ugh, look at all this evidence we've got.
Yeah, we've got an empty donut box.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of small fingerprints.
And then we've got this pink plate with all this chocolate on it.
I know. Somebody must be a really messy eater, you think?
Yeah.
Well, before we go any further, we're going to lift up one of these prints and put it on a piece of paper so we could examine it a little bit better, okay? So I'm just going to take a piece of tape. Oh, it's still fresh chocolate, so it's all... Oh, yeah, that works great. I'm just going to put it over here. Okay, you want to take a look at that, Oliver?
Oh, yes, I can see their fingerprint clearly.
It's really small. Who do you think it is?
I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither. Oh.
Potatoes make the best detectives.
Why?
They always have their eyes peeled.
Oh. The activity for today's pack meeting is fingerprinting. This is something you can do at home. It's really easy to do, and it's kind of fun too. It's one of those techniques that is used by investigators around the world to help solve crimes and to help find missing people sometimes. So it's a cool, fun activity to do at home, and one that you can really learn some things from. No 2 fingerprints are the same, so your fingerprints are going to be completely unique to yourself. In fact, the fingerprints on your 10 fingers are all different too. So I'm going to show you 2 different techniques for how to do fingerprints. The first one, we just have a craft pad here. This one's from Target. So all you need for this is a piece of paper, the craft pad. You're going to open it up. I'm going to do my thumb. I've already got my index finger right there. Get the ink on your thumb. You want to roll it all around in there and make sure it's really well covered. Then on your piece of paper, you're going to want to make sure you're not sliding your fingerprint around as you're making it, because then you won't be able to, it'll be all smudged, right? So you're going to be very careful, and you want to get the sides of your finger, not just the top, okay? So if you just do the top, you're just going to get a small partial print. But if you do the whole thing, you can can see more of the loops and whorls in my fingerprint. Okay, so that's the first technique that I'm going to show you today. The second technique uses, some people don't have craft pads at home like this, the ink pad, but everybody's got a pencil and everybody's got tape. All right, so with this pencil, I can get my fingerprint from my left index finger. You're going to take the pencil and just kind of draw all over it. And what you're doing is you're putting the graphite in the pencil and you're getting it all in the grooves of your finger. Okay, that's good enough for now. And you're going to take a piece of tape and you're going to lift the print off of your finger. Then you can tape it down. And hopefully in the video you can see that my fingerprint is there. It's not quite as nice as when I use the ink pad, but you can still see it's there. So that's the activity for today's pack meeting. Have some fun with it, try it out, try both ways, see if there's another way you can think of to get your fingerprints from your fingers onto the piece of paper. Who is the most famous lawn detective?
Who?
Sherlock Gnomes. Well, Oliver, I don't know what else to do. We fingerprinted the evidence. We looked at the plate. We've done way too much investigative work for a missing donut.
Hey
Ready?
guys, the donut is delicious.
Wait, what?
All that work and it was Grace who was eating it? Well, I guess they are her birthday donuts, and her fingerprints are really small, and it's her plate that's all chocolatey. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, no notice for us, I guess.
Yes, I guess.
Next time.
Why did the burglar wear blue gloves?
Why?
He didn't want to get caught red-handed.
For today's Cub Master Minute, I want to talk about the point in the Scout Law that a Scout is cheerful. I've been thinking a lot about how our pack family camp got canceled and how just disappointed I am that we didn't get to go out and have just a lot of fun as a group and get to go shoot the BB guns and archery and the pop bottle rockets and that kind of thing. But I want to tell you a story about another camp that got canceled and what happened. It was actually supposed to be the largest gathering of Scouts ever. It was the 1935 Scout Jamboree. It was supposed to be in Washington, D.C. There's supposed to be 30,000 Scouts from all around the country that were going to gather in D.C. But there was a serious case of polio that broke out in D.C. and surrounding states, and they thought it'd be a bad idea to hold the Jamboree. They canceled the Jamboree 2 weeks before these 30,000 Scouts were supposed to descend on D.C. and be addressed by the president. On August 21st, 1935, President Roosevelt was supposed to address the Scouts in person at the Jamboree's opening day. But because of the polio, that was canceled. So instead, he also used technology and was innovative and tried something different, and he addressed the Scouts over the radio. Now, obviously, the radio is a bit different. Technology is a bit different in 1935, and radio was a big deal. It's what families would have sat around in the evening, and the listening audience would have included a large percentage, much larger than those 30,000 Scouts, a large percent of all the Scouts in the country, as well as a lot of non-Scouters. And President Roosevelt, he emphasized several things. First, before you become of voting age, you still have a big part to do in civic affairs, and that's like today. Maintaining your social distancing and being responsible when you're outside and wearing a mask when you're in a store, whatever it is, that's very important. It's a big part of being a citizen of the country. He also talked about nature. And he said, do not ever fall out of love with nature and her wide open breathing spaces. Love them. They will sustain and strengthen you in later years when confining circumstances of life may tend to narrow the spirit or the soul that is in you. So enjoy going out in nature. And he also talked about how people that are negative or lazy can pull you down, and not to be one of those people. So again, Scout is cheerful. So remember that, think on that, and it turned out well. he did the radio address, and then 2 years later, in 1937, they did the Jamboree in Washington, D.C. So the Scouts did get that opportunity to come back and have that camp that they wanted, and we will too when this is over. So that's today's Cub Master Minute. Remember to be cheerful. Why did the policeman ticket the ghost?
Why?
It didn't have a haunting license. Thanks for joining us for today's virtual pack meeting. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed putting it together. Now go do your fingerprinting, but there's other cool things you can do in the investigative area. For example, you can do plaster Paris molds of animal prints and other cool things like that. So but the key is just being curious and exploring and having some fun with it. So that's it for today. Can't wait to see you guys in person. But until then, happy scouting.